Hi everyone, good to come here. This is Classic Sports. Okay, so for a very short time, I want to make my selection of best African football Z of all time. The ones I watched, of course. Now, are you ready? Okay, for number one, I'll start with Vincent Inyama of Nigeria, classic goalkeeper with leopard reflexes. Yes, of course it's contentious. There was Thomas Nkono, who fantastic, plays for Espanyol, great goalkeeper from Cameroon. There's Hossam El Hadary of Egypt, won African Cup of Nations 3 times. And there's also Antoine Bell and other great goalkeepers. Bruce Grobel, of course, of Liverpool, but didn't achieve much with Rhodesia or Zimbabwe, his country. But I'll go for Vincent Inyama, who won CAF Champions League, also won African Cup of Nations, and was a beast at the World Cup. 2010 World Cup, he was a beast. 2014, he was a beast as well. Vincent Inyama. So why I chose him is that he won African Cup of Nations, won CAF Champions League, and was impeccable at the World Cup. 2 World Cups actually, denying Lionel Messi. It was between Vincent Inyama and Lionel Messi. So Inyama, is my number one greatest African goalkeeper of all time. Now for number 3, I'll go for Kojo Asamoah of Ghana. Kojo Asamoah of Ghana, of course, he played for Juventus, won titles with Juventus, and was also solid for Ghana. Fantastic footballer, Kojo Asamoah. So he sits at number 3 for me. Number 2 is also contentious, but I'll select Achraf Hakimi. Just for reaching World Cup semi-final with Morocco. Though he hasn't won African Cup of Nations, yet, but in terms of ability, I will choose Achraf Hakimi as my all-time best African right back. Now for the centre-back positions, I'll go for Rigobert Song of Cameroon. Of course, no doubt, Rigobert Song of Cameroon sits at number 5. Of course, he won the African Cup of Nations twice, and played at the World Cup also. Fantastic defender, Rigobert Song, and a great leader as well at the back. Now for the number 6, it's a bit contentious because there are great names. Taribo West, Lucas Radebe, and McFish, a whole lot. Kole Toure. Yes, so but for the ones I watched, of course, Kole Toure is also a worthy mention, but for the ones I watched and based on ability I saw, I'll go with Nouredine Nebet of Morocco. Nebet was a fantastic defender, Nebet, especially for Morocco and Deportivo La Corona. A lot of young folks didn't watch when Deportivo La Corona was in the Champions League. Nebet was a beast at the back, Nouredine Nebet. So he sits at number 6 for me. Now number 4, there's also so many names. Michael Essien, Yaya Toure, who is more like a box-to-box as well. Sometimes plays as an offensive midfielder, and Sondo Olise as well. Didier Zokora of Ivory Coast. But I'll go with Yaya Toure. Of course, he won African Football of the Year record 4 times. Yaya Toure won the Champions League, won the CAF African Cup of Nations. So many titles, yes. So Yaya Toure, undisputable number 4. Number 10, I will go with Austin JJ Okocha, central midfielder. Fantastic player. I've always said that he's the greatest. He's the most talented African player of all time. Nobody, I've not seen anybody who comes anywhere close to JJ Okocha in terms of natural skill. None comes close. So JJ Okocha sits at number 10 for me. Then for number 8, I'll go with Didier Drogba of Ivory Coast, Chelsea legend, Ivory Coast legend. Unfortunately, he didn't win the African Cup of Nations, but he came close twice. So I'll go with Didier Drogba, hero for Chelsea, hero for Ivory Coast on so many occasions. Yeah, so Didier Drogba sits at number 8. Of course, there are other worthy mentions. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, there is Sadio Mane, and a lot of other names. Rashidi Yekini as well. Okay, but Rashidi Yekini is a number 9. So for number 9, George Weah, still the only African player to win Ballon d'Or. In fact, the same year he won African Football of the Year, won Ballon d'Or. Also won FIFA World Player of the Year. So George Weah, without a question. Number 9. Sits at number 9. The number 7, I'll go with Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah. Number 7, Mohamed Salah. Yes, Mohamed Salah sits at number 7. Fantastic player as well. Look, he can cut in and take those whipping, bending shots into the back of the net. So number 7, Mohamed Salah. Then there's no way you can select African Z without mentioning Abedi Pele. Yes, Abedi Pele of Ghana. Of course, he won the African Cup of Nations. He won the CAF Player of the Year 3 times. He played for Olympique Marseille and was in that team, the architect of that team that won the UEFA Champions League, 1993. So, George, of course, there's no way you can select African Z without including Abedi Pele of Ghana. So that is my 11. How about that? Number 1, Enyama. Number 2, Hakimi. Number 3, Kojo Asamoah. Number 5, Rigobert Song. 6, Nuruddin Nebet. 4, Yaya Toure. 10, Austin JJ Okocha. 8, Didier Drogba. 7, Mohamed Salah. 9, George Weah. And 11, Abedi Pele. Abedi Pele doesn't play 11, but he must be there. He must be in African Z of all time. So this is my African Z of all time. What's yours? Is there any player you think shouldn't have been in the African Z of all time? Is there any player you think shouldn't have been in the African Z of all time as I've selected? Of course, this is just my opinion. Don't get angry. So you can let me know at the comment section the ones you disagree with, or if you agree with some of them, you can also let me share. Just share your opinion at the comment section. Remember, this is Classic Sports. On Facebook, Classic Sport. On YouTube, Classic Sport 79. Thank you so much for all the shares and all the likes. Continue to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also like and share my Facebook videos. They are short videos, very educating, very entertaining as well, and especially when it comes to sports. Okay, thank you so much, and this is Classic Sport. Peace and bye.